Understanding Nolo Contendere, a guide for English language learners. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our English learning series. Today, we're going to explore a unique legal term, Nolo Contendere. It's not a phrase you hear every day, but it's interesting and important, especially if you're interested in law or legal dramas. So, let's dive in and understand what Nolo Contendere means and how it's used. Nolo contendere is a Latin phrase that translates to, I do not wish to contend, in English. In legal contexts, it is often referred to as a plea of no contest. This means that the defendant in a criminal trial chooses not to dispute or admit to the charges against them. It's crucial to note that a no contest plea is different from a guilty plea because the defendant does not admit guilt, yet they still accept the punishment. When someone pleads nolo contendere, it has specific implications. Firstly, this plea can only be used in certain legal systems, primarily in the United States. Secondly, it's often used as a strategy when the evidence against the defendant is overwhelming. By not admitting guilt, the defendant avoids the risk of civil liability that could arise from an outright guilty plea. It's a way of resolving a case without the full process of a trial. It's helpful to compare nolo contendere with other types of pleas, like guilty and not guilty. A guilty plea is an outright admission of guilt, while not guilty means the defendant disputes the charges and demands a trial. Nolo contendere is a middle ground, where the defendant doesn't admit guilt but accepts the punishment, often to avoid further legal complications. Although nolo contendere is a legal term, it's sometimes used metaphorically in everyday language. For instance, someone might say, I plead nolo contendere in a casual debate when they don't want to argue further, even though they may not necessarily agree. It's a way of diplomatically withdrawing from a contentious situation. I hope this video has been informative and has helped you understand the phrase, nolo contendere. It's a fascinating example of how legal jargon can be quite specific yet has the potential to be used in our everyday language. Remember, learning English is not just about everyday conversation, it's also about understanding these unique phrases that add richness to the language. Keep learning, and see you in the next video.